In this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most powerful strategies to implement ChatGPT and artificial intelligence into your sales and marketing flow so you can save time, deliver more value to your clients, and generate more revenue. And real quick, this video is sponsored by High Level, one of the top all-in-one marketing software for agencies by agencies, but we'll talk about them more in a second. But let's go ahead and dive into this video. If you're able to generate revenue for any other company or business or whatever the case is, you will always find a way to make money, right? Because at the end of the day, everything is sales. No matter what your industry is, what company you have, or what product or service you are selling, you have to find a way to generate sales. And if you can't generate sales, you don't really have a business. And that's really good for people who are salespeople, people who are marketers, especially agency owners who kind of focus on helping clients generate more leads and close deals. This video is going to be extremely powerful for you. So one of the most interesting business models I've seen is agencies actually generating leads for clients, right? If you're going to mom and pop shops or even chiropractors, pet stores, dentists, these are all companies that actually generate significant amount of revenue, and they're always going to need help bringing in more clients. So if you're somebody that has a skill set to bring in more clients, well, you're going to be able to generate income by doing that, right? Some interesting examples that I've definitely come across is like people who are generating leads for people like chiropractors, right? These are just like local mom and pop businesses, but they do generate money because people need these services, right? So if you're a service provider or you're someone that generates leads, this is kind of how you can start. And I'm going to show you how you can implement AI into this to get a competitive edge. So right now I'm typing in chiropractor Los Angeles, and then you can see like there's these sponsored posts over here, right? So if you're running these ads for these clients, maybe you click this one over here, you're going to be taken to another page, unrelenting back pain or neck pain, failed back surgery. It has a video, some copy over here, and then schedule your free consultations. So you can put in your name, your email, phone number. There's like these testimonials and everything for social proof. So it increases the conversion of somebody actually signing up. So if you are, let's say, a lead generation service, you can charge people for running these ads, and you can actually charge them for setting up the landing page, which is their fee for. And if you set up the landing page, you know, you have a higher chance to convert because you don't want them to do it. They're not a marketer, right? So if you set up the landing page, you're driving the traffic, people are entering their information, and then you're getting paid per lead, or maybe you're getting a revenue split of how much they make from those leads, then that is definitely an interesting business model. Now, here's where it gets interesting when you're using artificial intelligence, right? You can basically take this and reword it and put it through ChatGPT and say, hey, ChatGPT, can you create 5 different texts for my advertisement? And you can basically take this and reword it. There you go. Then you have your own ad. The beauty of this is that these ads already work. Obviously, they're paying money for every click, right? So there definitely is something there. So if you create variations, you're not necessarily copying, you're just finding ways to innovate and improve on what already works, right? Another thing you can do is that when you're talking about the landing page itself, you can actually just take the headlines, reword it using ChatGPT. You can take, you know, the text they have, reword it, re-summarize, and make it even better using ChatGPT to do that for your clients, right? And this is actually very simple. So the key is finding references that already work, making iterations and tailoring it for your specific client. And so by doing all those things, that's going to save you so much time. Now, this video, like I said before, it is sponsored by High Level. And for High Level specifically, right, if you are an agency owner, it's basically a very simple way for you to have it all in one platform for your sales and marketing. So when it comes to actually building the website, you know, they actually have a website builder to build something very simple, something very easy that people will actually click on and use, especially if you are building funnels, capturing leads, just like the example that I showed you before. So building something like this on High Level is really a piece of cake because it's a very simple website. High Level's drag and drop, you just change the text and things like that, use their templates. It also even has appointment scheduling side of the software. So you don't have to get all these different software and somehow connect it. You just use literally one thing, and that's just going to save you so much time. The High Level not only captures leads, but it also allows you to nurture leads, which actually brings us to the next point. If you are an agency, marketing service, whatever the case is, and you provide these services, right? After you capture lead, sometimes these clients actually want you to do more and turn that lead, someone that's somewhat interested, into a booked appointment and eventually into revenue, right? And so the best way after you capture someone's email and their phone number is you want to follow up with them in an automatic way, right? You don't want a human being having to email every single person that comes in. You need these automation tools, know what you're gonna say to like almost every customer, and then have basically like a robot or the automations do the work and conversions for you, right? So after someone filled this in, what you can actually do is you can create these customizations when it comes to texting the person. You have these flows that allow people to talk to the automated nurturing machine and then eventually turn that into a actual booked appointment for that person to come in and do their whatever they do with a chiropractor. With high level, you can actually do this with text messages, you can do it with emails, you can even do it with Facebook Messenger. So there's a lot of different avenues there, right? And then, you can definitely get a real person coming into the chat and get that person to actually talk to the human being and convert them as well. So not only do you take advantage of the automation to just speed up the process of like the repetitive things, but when things get very technical or they have specific questions, you can actually get a real person on board to answer the question and convert that lead into a client. And by the way, if you do want to actually give high level a try, you can actually click the link in the description of this video if you want to check that out. Now, here is where it gets very interesting when it comes to artificial intelligence. When it comes to these particular prompts or, what you're saying to your potential client, what you can actually do with ChatGPT is, first of all, what I would personally do if I was, doing these chiropractic services for marketing, I would actually go through the funnel of other people who have found success doing this to see what kind of things they're texting their potential clients, right? Then I would take those things, then I would run it through ChatGPT, create different variations of text that already work, but, create something more personal, more different. You don't want to copy someone outright. You want to innovate on top of what someone already is doing, and you want to be better than them, right? But why copy them when you can actually be better and use, ChatGPT to create more variations and have more creative ideas on what you can do to make the conversion process much more interesting. But if you take it a step further, we're not quite ready there with ChatGPT, or maybe we're not ready there with current technology, but because AI, the rate of growth is moving so incredibly fast, what potentially could happen is that when somebody's talking or text messaging your company or whatever the case is, maybe you're talking to a robot. The AI will be so good in the future that it actually feels like you're talking to a human being, but really you're just talking to ChatGPT, right? And I do believe that in the future, it could literally be like a year from now or 2 years from now where that will actually become a reality and people won't be able to distinguish the difference between talking to a real person or a robot, essentially, right? So if you're kind of on the forefront when it comes to marketing and you're building the landing pages, you're running the ads, you're getting the traffic, you're converting it into leads, you're capturing emails and phone numbers, and then you're running it through this automated text message or email sequence, and then you're having AI follow up with this person and nurture that person and get that person to book an appointment, you're just going to be so ahead of the game out of everyone, right? Because there are going to be so many marketers who kind of don't really want to adapt to the change. They don't want to use artificial intelligence. They don't want to use AI. They're just like, hey, I'll just do it myself. But really they have so much overhead because they're going to have so many people doing all these back-end things, administrative work, chatting with people, when really if you are on the forefront and using artificial intelligence, you won't have to do that at all. You can automate the entire process, saving you more time so you can put more energy into things like finding more clients. All right, so, and that actually leads us to the next point. The real challenge people have is how do you actually get clients? So when it comes to generating leads and getting clients, you got to first do that for yourself so you can do it for other people. I would personally look at, what industries you want to target, whether it's chiropractors, dentists, whatever the case is, and then you find a way to reach out to them, right? If you don't have any business connections and you're just starting out, one of obviously the best ways is actually with a cold email. Now there's many different cold email strategies. I do cold email people myself, and I've done it in the past at Oracle and at other startups that I worked at. And cold email definitely does work, but you have to have a unique approach, right? When it comes to your subject line. Sometimes it's even making a video showcasing how you can actually provide value to a client. And these are all things that are super important when it comes to the cold email. Fortunately, if you're using ChatGPT, you can use that to generate different headlines, generate bodies of your copy, right? So you're writing different things, different call to action. So it actually speeds up the process. So when I say like generate more income using ChatGPT and all those things, artificial intelligence, it's not going to automatically print you money. You still have to have a brain in order to decide what you want to do. Where I see, this artificial intelligence for now, at least, is it's really just like a way for you to speed up the process of copywriting. I mean, a lot of the things that we talked about is actually copywriting, from the headlines and the body and stuff like that, right? So if you're able to create different variations of ideas that have already worked and you're referencing that online, that's going to save you a lot of time. And the other thing is also generating new ideas, right? So right now for ChatGPT, maybe if you generate new ideas that you never even thought of, like, hey, give me 5 different subject lines, make it funny or whatever. These are new ideas that maybe you couldn't think of by yourself, but because you're using artificial intelligence, it's almost like a second brain. So not only does it speed up your process, it increases your creativity, and with those things put together and other people not really using it, you're faster, you're smarter, so you are going to beat your competition. And by the way, if you want to learn more about exactly how to use the ChatGPT prompts and how I use it to write my cold emails, make sure to check out my other videos. Links are in the description, where I go more in depth on how to actually use ChatGPT and other artificial intelligence tools in order to write your cold emails and things of that nature. And so with that said, that's everything we got to cover for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one.